Shrockstar Buckeye Lounge, we run this game. Shrockstar Shaun, remember the name. TG's lurking, Wolverine's fear. Scarlet and gray, make it loud and clear. TG and Shaun, bringing that smoke. They stand in the paint, that ain't no joke. Tune in, turn up, let the show begin. The Buckeye Lounge, straight fire within. Buckeye Lounge, we run this game. Shrockstar Shaun, remember the name. TG's lurking, Wolverine's fear. Scarlet and gray, make it loud and clear.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Buckeye fans of all ages, the Ohio Podcast proudly brings you the Buckeye Lounge. I'm your host, the Shrockstar, and with me as always, my sister, my partner in crime, the Wolverine Slayer herself, Miss TG.
What up, y'all?
Guys, we are proudly sponsored by mybookie.com. If you guys get the chance and you guys want to do a little betting, go to mybookie.com, put in the promo code Ohio if you do not have an account with them, and you will get a $500 bet insurance. So $500 worth of bad bets, they'll insure it if you're a new customer. Guys, some things came up with Jay. He's going to try to make it if he can. If not, we're going to have to just reschedule with him. So in this business, life happens. So, I mean, it is what it is. We're still going to carry on and kick some butt. And if he can come in, then we'll have him pop in and we'll carry on. But till then, there's a lot to cover. I mean, since me and you've been on, TG, there seems to be a little drama going north of the border of us, you know, a little drama, a little scandal. Something's going on up there. I don't know if you heard, you know.
Oh, yeah, I've heard.
I mean, my gosh. I mean, it's not surprising, but yet it's still shocking. I mean, you freaking not only have an affair with your secretary, but then after you get fired, you go and break into her house and you threaten to kill yourself with a butter knife and a pair of scissors.
Not just himself. Don't. By the way, Shaun, don't say that. You know, word. like, don't do that. We are not trying to get demonetized. Yeah. But you threaten to harm yourself and her.
Yeah.
With those tools, and I mean, it really just shows you. And you know what? It's not even the first time this has happened, but it's like it really shows you just how far and gone this program really has gone, especially with the coaches. Now, am I shocked that this happened with one of their coaches? Heck to the no. It's not shocking. As a matter of fact, we all know that it's gonna happen with this program. It's another day to be a Wolverine. It is what it is. But, you know, I'm like, the fact that I feel so bad for his family. I don't feel bad for him because this is the consequences of the choices you made. But I feel so bad for his family, the fact that they have to go through this. I do wish out prayers to them, and I hope they can get through this. I hope they can get through this at the end of the day. But it's like, bro, this program got some cleaning they need to do. But who knows? Because you got those who want to protect do the blue wall, and you got those who do want to cleanse it and will try to leak stuff out there because you do see some people leaking it out there, trying to cleanse this program, but who knows? And like I said, for Scum fans, I don't ever want to hear you ever talk about how you have moral superiority. I don't ever want to hear about none of that. I don't want to hear about none of it moving forward. I don't. Like, you don't. This Michigan men, as we talked about, it's just a bunch of garbage.
I mean, you know what? I know some Michigan people that are good people that are embarrassed by this, but there's more that aren't. I mean, they're delusional fans who are on all these websites. I mean, even some of you got these guys like Sam Webb and these other freaking reporters for the blue, you know, protecting the blue wall. I mean, protecting the stuff. They claim that they knew about it months and months ago, but they did nothing about it. If you guys haven't had a chance, me and TG and I had an awesome pre-record last night with Mr. Justin Sparrow, and it went on for 2 hours. I tell you what, guys, if you haven't
Almost 2 hours.
almost 2 hours, if you guys have not checked it out, please look for it. It's on. Eric dropped it this morning for us. Our main producer of the channel, and he dropped it this morning for us. So thank you for doing that, Eric. And I tell you what, it was an awesome interview.
It really was, and it was full of a lot of information. We were gonna close out, but then we started getting into some other stuff and really kept it going, especially about the whole like scum stuff, especially with the Blake Corum nonsense that's been coming around. So it's like it was really awesome, guys. Trust me, you guys are gonna love it. I promise you, you guys are gonna enjoy us and Justice Sparrow talking, just like when we had him the first time. It was super electric. Trust me, go check it out if you guys get the opportunity.
I mean, it was over 3,000 views last time I saw, and there was
it was over 5K last time I checked.
There was a couple Blue fans who had a little bit of an issue with us, but our boy Tyler and our brother, the Podfather, had to go in there and straighten some people out, which was and Lee too. So we always got people getting our backs to help us, and we appreciate you guys, and we love you guys.
Oh, yeah, and look, I don't care. Let them cry. I don't care. They can cry for all I care. That's my whole point is the Wolverine Slayer. Make them cry. Oh, by the way, I do want to shout out my father, who I seen in the chat earlier. You guys might have seen me put up his, hi to the TG. That was my father.
Hi, Dad.
So, want to say hi to him for being in
Welcome.
the chat. But yeah, no, I mean, I don't care that they were crying. It is what it is. Like, I just enjoy making them cry. Like, you guys see it on my merchandise called TG the Wolverine Slayer shirt. Make them cry. Still make them cry. I still do, and I enjoy every bit of it. So just let them cry. It is what it is. It just does better for us.
I think I think next year when they come into the shoe, we need to blast Mr. Brightside to troll them. I mean, that song just fits perfectly now for those guys. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't, like you said, this is a serious situation with his family, with his daughters. I really hope that they can get through this, because it's not fair, because they are the true victims. Now, the secretary or his assistant that was having an affair with Coach Moore, you know what? You're a grown woman. You knew what you were doing, and you're just as
apparently they said that she was being stalked. I was like, brother. And what's super funny is she's talking about why she didn't say anything. She said she feared for her job, which, with Michigan, I could kind of buy why you would think that. It's so easy to buy that, realistically.
But,
now, will I buy it? Now, will I buy it? Probably not, because like I've said it, you have women that will lie out of their butt cheeks. But when you have a program that is so dirty, who does have a history of doing this, by the way, it's like, it's kind of easy to see that, especially as of recently with the whole, what was his name again? That was dropping into that was taking people hacking people's stuff.
Weiss.
Yeah, Weiss. Like with the Weiss stuff, with him hacking in the females' accounts and getting pictures that pretty much shouldn't even be getting your hands on. Yeah, like that's believable, to be honest.
Seems like she didn't mind though when her salary went from 45 grand a year to 90 grand a year. She really didn't have.
Which one would you rather? Now let me tell you something. You have a lot of women that will probably take that too, though, because it's like, listen, if I gotta endure this, but I also get a paycheck, okay. You try to endure it as best as you can, just because you get a high paycheck. But
I just thought it was, like Spiro said, that there's a lot of women that are mad because they all thought they were the only mistress.
Yeah, so it's because he was didn't you hear the story about him DMing OnlyFans women during the game? And it was like, what? I was like, wait, what? You DMing women during the game? What is wrong with you?
At halftime? I mean, my gosh. I mean, exactly. What's wrong with them? What's right with them? Let's ask that question. One thing that I am upset about is they did fire him. I kind of wanted them to keep him around, because he's the type of guy that will, get 9 or 10 wins and keep them sort of relevant, on the edge of playoffs every year, but we'd still, be able to dog walk them in the future. But I think it's just crazy that they still have Ward Manuel there. I think they should do a clean sweep and get them all out of there. But they want to have Ward Manuel lead this search for a new coach. And when that comes
Yeah.
up, I mean, we've heard DeVore, heard Dillingham, heard Jed Fish, Jesse Mentor's been thrown around. Levi Drinkowitz is kind of been thrown into the mix by Mr. Sam Webb, which, if he told me it was raining outside, I would look outside because I don't believe a word that little guy says. But that's just my opinion on him. Who do you think, TG, will be the next coach of Michigan?
If you're talking about from a realistic standpoint, Jed Fish.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like unrealistically, you could say a guy like Kenny Dillingham or Kellen DeBoer, but both of them have made it clear. Now I do know Kenny Dillingham might be using them as a leverage to get more money in his contract. I will say that now, but I don't know who else they could get besides Jeff Fish. And then the question is, who really? I mean, the only other realistic candidate I can think of is Brian Kelly. And we all know how badly we would laugh at that.
Yeah. Well, thing is with Dillingham, ASU is his home. That's where he went to school.
Yeah.
That's where all his family is. He has no ties to the Midwest. So I think that's kind of a far stretch. I mean, maybe he would want to go because they got a bigger NIL program. And, all these coaches have egos.
I mean, well, actually, given what's going on with their NIL program right now, like what's happening with their donor, I don't think they're going to have that. So,
I mean, it's still probably better than what ASU's doing right now. I mean,
will it be? Especially with all the fines and everything, and they got to deal with lawsuits. So, like, no, that school might be bleeding some money for a while.
well, if you look at what Kenny Dillingham did with ASU after they got nailed by the NCAA, and what happened with Herm Edwards and Antonio Pierce. I mean, those guys got smashed with scholarship reductions. I mean, they had games removed, bowl bans. So he came in there and cleaned that program up and took them to a playoff. And honestly, if the refs didn't screw them, they beat Texas and play us in the Cotton Bowl last year. So I think he's a great coach, but I don't think he's coming to Michigan unless Michigan really makes him an offer that he can't refuse.
Yeah, and Jim kind of put up because I let this comment up. I was finna go to the next one about Legend Bay, which we did see, but this one about Michigan is preparing their players for the NFL National Felon League.
Good one, my man.
That's my bad. That was too funny. I saw that and I had to laugh. And I mean, he ain't lying because that's basically what their program does now. But obviously from Mr. and One the Mamba as well as Eric, yep, Legend Bay has signed his he has been released from Tennessee and he will be officially signing with Ohio State. So good for the kid.
Dude, I think he's going to be another like Curtis Samuel. I think he's
That's
got
how Ohio State wants to use him. As a matter of fact, from what I've heard, Ohio State wants to use him as a running back receiver type, where like they can put him in the backfield and let him run, while also putting him out on the perimeter and letting him run routes, while also using him in the return game because they really do want to improve that. So it's like, hey, Ohio State, you're actually doing it.
I mean, perfect weapon for it. I mean, the guy is electric. I mean, he played quarterback in high school, but he's played quarterback there because that's all they had for. I mean, he's one of those freakish athletes that you put the ball in your best playmaker's hand at high school, and I mean, he's not going to be a quarterback in college. He's probably going to be a receiver / H-back / running back / return guy. And will he get to throw the ball a couple times? I think they'll mix in some reverse passes and stuff like that, but he is going to be a dangerous weapon, kind of like what they're doing with Bogpin Miller, teaching him the routes and teaching him how to be a real receiver in the college game because he was a quarterback in high school. But he's just such a freakish athlete that they're going to move him to receiver. So Paris Campbell, you're right, Ed. He's got that kind of electricity, man.
Oh, yeah, and Paris, what's funny is Paris is still in the NFL to this day. His last NFL team I known he was on was the Philadelphia Eagles, and it was when they won the Super Bowl.
Yep, he got a ring last year.
Yep. So it's good for him. It actually kind of reminds me because what people don't know is like when the Kansas City Chiefs first won their Super Bowl, they had like 3 Buckeyes on their team. They had Mike Weber Jr., they had Damian Lee from the 2014 national title team, and Carlos Hyde. People tend to forget that. And it's like, when you look at our Buckeyes, we have guys going around winning in the NFL, and our guys are actually popping right now in the NFL, funny enough.
How about Traven Henderson last week? My God.
Woo!
Woo!
Woo, man. If you a team, we told you before, you better draft Travion and Quishon, because them two, brother.
I tell you what, my Browns are sorry, but I tell you what, Quinshon's been the story for that team on offense. He's the only weapon that we've had all year. So
I mean, you really need receivers and a quarterback.
yeah, and
Like,
a line. I mean,
you do need a line, but it's real simple. If you're Cleveland, like, you're drafting Buckeye players now, so go draft a Buckeye receiver by the name of Carnell Tate.
exactly.
If you have to, go get, like, if you guys don't trust Shador, I mean, to this day, I mean, let's be real, you could go get, I don't know, maybe a Fields.
Well,
Just saying.
thing is,
Or better yet, you could just stick with Shador and try to build up your receiving unit. And for offensive line, just draft Buckeye offensive linemen. Like, you see what DeJuan's doing for you. Yes, he deals with injuries sometimes, but let's be realistic. He's still the best one you got on there.
I mean, they need 4 linemen. They need probably like 6 starters on that offense. I mean, we are not, some people are saying, well, draft the quarterback this year. You're not a quarterback away. You need to build up the rest of the team before you go get that quarterback. So, you got 2 first-round picks. One's going to be really high, so you can get yourself Carnell Tate, then get the best lineman with your second one. Then I think they got 2 second-round picks. Get more linemen and receivers, man. That's what you need to stock up on. Their defense is good. It's just they're on the field the whole game. And Shador Sanders.
And it's funny, Mike Weber actually did come back from injury. I mean, not Mike Weber, Mike Hall.
Mike Hall. Yep.
Yeah. He came back from injury, so, which is good.
The players at Michigan aren't criminals. The coaches are. Well, you know what?
That's true. Like, as of right now, well, not fully, because I will say, like, you do have Blake Corum, who's part of an illegal sea business, but, whatever. But also, Mozzie Smith as well. Like, don't forget, that guy got into some stuff. And not only that, but Michigan's had players that have been on felonies, too. They've had a lot of that going on, especially because when their players, remember, Justice Spiro talked about it, one of their players unprovokedly assaulted 2 Ohio State fans.
That was Taylor Lewine, the scumbag that has the
podcast
that talks so much smack. Then let's not forget about Frank Clark, who was in Ohio vacationing, choking his girlfriend and assaulting his girlfriend in a hotel room.
Yeah, so that's always been a common thing. It's like players or coaches. That's the problem with their program is their players always are in something stupid. We talk about like Georgia and we make fun of them, but it's like, let's be real. Michigan's been the team that's been doing it longer than Georgia. Georgia just gets more notably known because unlike scum, they actually have relevancy to them. So,
Guys,
and it is what it is.
I wanted my Browns to take Travion, but I wasn't mad that they took Quinshon. But with with all the stuff that's happened, I think Jed Fish is probably the best fit for him because the guy is a great recruiter. He's a great offensive mind. He's good with quarterbacks, and he is a stand-up guy. So he can turn that program around if you guys let him. But I know you guys want the big, sexy pick. But I'm here to tell you, I don't think they get it. I don't think they get Kenny Dillingham, and I don't think they get Colin DeBoer. I mean, you could swing your fence for an NFL guy, but not many of those NFL guys want to come back to college because in NFL, you get an off season. College, it's all year long, and you got to deal with kids and not men. So I think, someone would be crazy from the NFL to come back.
I mean, let's be realistic. The only time NFL coaches would be really willing to take coaching jobs in college is if it's Bama, Georgia, or Ohio State. Those are like the 3 teams for the most part.
Hey, I would love it if they went and got Tommy Rees, Tyler. I would give them a standing ovation. I would send Michigan a thank you for taking that bum out of Cleveland so he wouldn't call any more plays. Please take Tommy Rees, Michigan. Please, I beg you. Take him out of Cleveland. I would be ecstatic.
I mean, that is realistic as well, though. That would be that. Brian Kelly and Tommy Rees are another set of realistic ones.
I hope Brian Kelly goes there. Not only would we laugh at them, but Notre Dame would too. Imagine that. Notre Dame fans and Ohio State fans coming together to hate the same guy. I mean, it would be kind of like us in Michigan State against Michigan. people
Yeah.
coming together to fight the evil powers to be. So
I mean that's just typical though, because let's be realistic. Now, Brian Kelly can't say, "Hey, Notre Dame, I got you guys to a national championship. You guys, the first national championship you got to without me, you got your butts kicked like it was 2012 all over again." So like he can make fun of them and the fact that they got left out of the playoffs this year. So
well,
he can make fun of them for that. But it's like at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you still sucked at Notre Dame.
I tell you what, though, I mean Marcus did a much better job in the national championship game than what he
Well, the
did when
score
he got.
looked, because the thing is, the score looks closer than what it was because Ohio State took their foot off the gas pedal. Which
But
had they not done that, I don't think the score would have been
it
close.
doesn't matter. Alabama shut them out and killed them like 48-0. I mean, they destroyed. Was not even close. That's when Urban Meyer called Ohio State and said, "Hey guys, we're not even on the same level as Alabama." He told all his coaches and everybody, "We're not even close. We need to up our game," and that's what motivated Urban Meyer to kick it up at Ohio State a notch even higher than what when he came in. We were undefeated, and he saw that game of Notre Dame and Alabama, and he watched Bama. He goes, "We're not big enough on the lines. We're not strong enough. We need to make some changes." And you know what? He went on. They did, and got us a ring.
Yeah, and when you pretty much look at our team last year in 2024, that's exactly what our offensive line played like. Like we were destroying them up front. But I will say it again, the holdings will forever get on my nerves with every team. It will always get on my nerves because I'm like, you can't tell me y'all not seeing them get tackled like consistently, which tells you, again, for anybody. You better be apologizing to Larry Johnson right now. You better be kissing the ground that he walks on because it shows you just how great that man is at developing offensive line, at deep offensive lineman, defensive lineman. You know what I mean?
Since
He's so
Urban's
great
been
at
here.
developing. He's so great at developing D linemen, and it's like we lose JT and Jack, and it's like you look at our D line right now, and it's like,
Yeah.
like you look at Caden Curry, he's having like the Chase Young level season, and he's not even at the same level as Chase Young. That's just ridiculous.
Cade McDonald's probably the best defensive lineman in football, and he got ripped off of the Outland Trophy Award. I tell you
Which
what,
is
all those
BS.
award people can kiss my butt after what happened. Screwing JJ over, screwing McDonald over, and screwing Arvell Reese over, man. What a bunch of crap. You guys are ignorant, and I mean, this it's a joke. It is a complete joke. If they want to be serious about giving the Heisman to the best college football player, you give it to JJ Smith because you know what? He is the best football player in college football.
I think that's always is what makes people question in these awards is you can't tell us that these players are the best and yet you're not giving them the awards. Like, what would be your excuse?
I mean,
What's the excuse? Like, you can't tell me that freaking like Cade McDonald's a freaking. We talked about it. He is a better version of Tyreek Williams. Tyreek Williams was a monster when he was
yep.
here. He might be, and Cade McDonald is a better version of Tyreek. Like that's what's terrifying. And think about what's next to him. Like when Tyreek had Mike Hall, bro, him and Mike were the two scariest D linemen. And even with Ty Hamilton, who I don't consider him on the same level as a Mike Hall, but he's still nothing to mess with. Like our two D tackles were the scariest. But then you got Tywan Malone, who's been kicking butt lately. Like he's been kicking butt all season. And then you got Andrew Houston with the freak he's been, especially coming back from his injury where he's now fully healthy. It's like, man, our D line is so deep, and you even got Will Smith Jr. popping out and playing. You got Jason Moore, who everybody didn't think much of. You're gonna start getting Dominic Kirk and Eric Mensa because you've been hearing nothing but good things about these two. You got freaking CJ Hicks that everybody loves. That's why they have him redshirted and coming back next year. You have freaking Zion Grady. You got even deeper edge rushers, and you're pretty much gonna get deeper at that position next year. So like. You can't tell me that and then not only that, but you also can't tell me that like with guys like freaking Julian Sand who got disrespected as well, like at the Heisman ceremony, he got disrespected a lot. He got screwed out of the Maxwell Award in my opinion. I think he deserved it.
Honestly, I think Mendoza did deserve the Heisman. That it came down to that last game, and you know what? It is what it is. But Julian Sane will be back there next year, and he will win it next year. Next year's going to be his year.
Here's the thing, though. Like with Mendoza, I talked about it. Like Ohio State's defense exposed the weaknesses that you're supposed to, and I said it too. If Julian, and again, we already talked about this. If our offense just came in, just played okay, we would have won that game. Just okay. We're not even asking you to play at an elite level. Just be okay. Y'all played the worst game you ever did.
If Jermaine Matthews could just turn his head around, like our D backs haven't been doing all year, and it finally burned them in the in the
Now,
worst
they
possible
turned
way.
their heads around a couple times, but there are times they just don't do it enough. They need to do it more. Like, that's been the bigger problem. And it's like, that's the one time it burns you. So, I mean, it's a good thing, though, because at least it's going to say, hey, get your head turned around. And you know what's funny? The one guy we expected to get burned usually is David Ibn Olsen. He didn't get burned not one time.
The thing is, we shouldn't need a game to lose to teach those guys that. They should have known that. I mean, all year it's been a problem, and Tim Walton.
I know all year it has been a problem, and I don't know why they keep having this problem. I don't know why. I don't know why Tim Walton even lets it slide. It's like, Tim, what are you doing, dude?
And I tell you what, Devin Sanchez is falling into that mold where he's doing the same thing, not getting his head turned around, and he's grabbing. So I mean, something needs to be done. I don't know why Aaron Scott isn't playing more, but that's just
I know. Buckeye fan 1959. No, I do believe that Julian Saint is a better quarterback than Mendoza. It's just that he didn't play better that game. But overall, he is better.
I mean, I love
and statistically, he's better. But he's young and inexperienced.
Yeah. I mean, let's not forget this. Mendoza's a senior. And he's played a heck of a lot more football than what Julian has.
Even though you can't say Julian has developed a lot, like he's grown throughout the season. Yeah. And the one thing you can say is, look, this one game they did have him pretty confused, and it's like, hey, maybe it's something he needed because they did show him stuff. Even though I would think Ohio State's defense be doing that with him a lot, is putting in like coverages that you wouldn't expect to see. But
I mean, hats off to Indiana. I mean, they did it.
Look, you got to give them a hats off. I mean, this is their Super Bowl. Let's be realistic. They wanted it more. They didn't have distract. As a matter of fact, Indiana actually admitted it. They knew Ohio State was going to be focused on them. So they knew they were going to win because of that alone.
Still, Indiana had receipts from last year from, us running the score up on them at the end. Will Howard.
Well, that's because they were talking trash and they had no business to. But and let's be real, Indiana could have that, but it's like you do realize that, let's be realistic. You know as well as we do that if Ohio State just plays okay against y'all, they beat you anyway by 2 touchdowns. And it's not enough. And if you really think about it too, for Indiana, Ohio State played the worst they ever played, and you only beat them by 3. So imagine what happens if you faced Ohio State. They're fully focused on you, and they're out to like, okay, we're finna beat your behind all up and down this field for that little disrespect y'all pulling. We don't care that what happened last year. Like, y'all had it coming for running your mouth. You had it coming. You didn't prove nothing, and you ran your mouth, and you had it coming. So you shouldn't have ran your mouth to begin with. You prove something when you win, period. And look, you guys beat us this time, but let's not act like as if you guys actually... Let's not act like as if we couldn't beat y'all flat out we're just playing an okay game. If we just play an okay game, we beat you straight up without even question. We play the best game. You getting destroyed. So like, let's cut all the pretext.
I mean, hey, that says something that, we play our worst game and we only lose to 3 by one of the best offenses, I mean, in college football scores 13 points. 13 points. I mean, we have not had anybody score
17 against us at all this season.
At all this year. So I'm not worried about our defense going in.
And think about it, too, because Tyler did say it better. Like, Indiana, this was your best punch, and you still barely won this game. Yeah. You honestly shouldn't have won this game.
I will give them the one thing, though, is they did lose their best receiver, and that kid that came off the bench, hats off to him. He made the best of his chance, and he made 2 huge catches, a touchdown catch, and he made that other catch to basically seal the game for him. So, I mean, they made the plays when they had to, and we didn't, and that's something
look, you got to give them the credit for that. Yeah, you can give them the credit for that, but it's like, y'all trying to be disrespectful. It's like, Indiana, understand, you cannot be disrespectful with Ohio State, because you want to be disrespectful with them, they would turn around and put BTA. Ask Oregon. Ask Oregon.
I hope everybody disrespects them. I hope they give them all kinds of crap. Talk all kinds of crap. I want everybody talking crap to them. I want everybody pissing them off for the playoffs. Now,
TG, they're already feeling disrespected. Let's be realistic. They already ticked.
There is something I heard today, though. There was some rumors of 3 names going into the portal. So these are rumors, people. So I've not heard this from Buck Vader. I've not heard it from any of our insiders that we know of. But these are some rumors that are floating around. I heard the name Lincoln Keyholtz, Mylan Graham, and CJ Hicks.
Hmm.
Now, all three I can see going, but nothing is, they haven't entered their name yet. That's just the rumors right now going around. I think Lincoln knows that next year he ain't playing. I mean, it's Julian's team. And you know what? I would not begrudge
You
the
know
kid
what's
if he wanted
funny
to go
is
somewhere.
if I'm not mistaken, I think Ohio State expects next year to be Julian Saint's last year at Ohio State. And
Yeah. Then
how
Tavian
many?
after that. So
I don't know if Julian's ready though. That's the problem. And
Tavian,
that'd be and that's the thing. Like, how is Lincoln Keel's like a sophomore right now, like a redshirt sophomore?
no, I believe I think he is a junior, if I'm not mistaken.
Hold on.
If I'm wrong, guys, let me know. I'm not sure. But I would not begrudge a kid for going somewhere where, he wants to play. I get that. He should want to go play somewhere. But, I mean, you're not going to start at Ohio State because after Julian's done next year, then Tavian's going to be a junior, and that's going to be his team. So,
Yeah, hold on a minute. Because I'm gonna try to see where he is. No, I do not. It says he's a sophomore.
so he'll be a junior next year. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll have 2 years of eligibility left, and he's not going to want to waste him sitting. I mean, he's not going to ever beat. Not going to beat Tavian out. He's not going to beat Julian out. I mean, Tavian would have to fall flat on his face or break a leg or something like that.
Yeah,
Milo
if he
Graham,
hits the portal, I wouldn't be mad at him though.
CJ Hicks, I can see he'll be gone. And I tell you what, Mylan Graham, with what we've heard, if he doesn't grow the heck up, I can see him out the door. So you're not going to get
I mean,
playing
like I
time.
said, I haven't heard much about CJ Hicks because, like I said, from what I've been hearing about CJ Hicks, he's planning on coming back. Like the whole point of him redshirting was coming back for another year. That was the whole point of it because Ohio State was the ones who redshirted him.
Well, I heard they redshirted him because they knew he wasn't going to get any playing time this year, and to give him an extra year of eligibility. But I mean, he might play next year, but he's not
I
big
think
enough.
he should. I think he should. And I know we all say he ain't big enough, but if you actually play the games he did play in, he was running over tackles. I'm like, dang, dude, you got all that. It reminded me so much of Arvell, like how we say, like Arvell is not that big, but what he does gets these 300, 400-pound offensive linemen is like, what?
Yeah, but he's coming at like a 10-yard head start at him. But I mean, for him to put his hand in the ground and be a defensive end, a 4-down defensive end, he would have to gain so much weight. And gaining that much weight, you don't know if he's going to lose his agility or lose any speed. I think it would be best for him to go on somewhere else, or he's just going to be a situational pass rusher and a special teamer. If that's what he's okay with being, I say, okay, let him stick around. But if if you want to play every 4 downs, it's going to be hard to be playing 4 downs here because I think Zion Grady is going to take the starting spot next year at end. And
you know who we don't talk about enough of? It's the guy we got in the guy we don't talk about is Logan George. We all forgot about him.
Yeah, he's got another year of eligibility, and he's more of a defensive tackle though, so that's been subbed in and out. And you got Eric Menza probably going to the nose. Then you got Will Smith Jr. Tywon Malone's gone because he's a senior.
Yeah.
So I mean, you got Edric Houston probably playing. He's playing the tackle. Mensa playing. I'm thinking maybe the nose. So who knows exactly what's going to happen? But I think, I think CJ is more than likely gone. I think Lincoln's gone, and I don't know about Graham, but Graham needs to get his head out of his butt because you get a golden opportunity and you skip class. Come on, my man. You know you're going to play. And
you're going to play. Like, just grow up, bro.
Then they bench you for half and you're on the sidelines pouting. My gosh, man, you were given a golden opportunity and you blew it, bro. So you got nobody to be mad at but yourself. You need to grow up or you're going to be out the door. And you know what? There's nobody bigger than the Block O, buddy. So, I mean, next year.
And I believe Mason, I really do believe Mason Graham is going to be an elite player, but it's like, dude, you got to grow up. It's all about what's up here. Because even I think Brian Harline should tell him that right now before he leaves, which is, Mason, you got to grow up. Like, understand this. You're in a room full of elite receivers. You're not the only one.
Exactly.
You're going to be competitive. And guess what? When you go to the NFL, it's the same way. You're going to be full of guys that are every bit as talented as you. When you get on the field, make the most of your opportunities. Listen here. I am known as one of the most impactful receivers in the NFL, and I'm nowhere near as talented as most of the guys that came before and after me or the guys I was playing with. Like, bro, I can tell you, he was nowhere near as talented as the guys he was playing with. And yet, he was still an impactful receiver here at Ohio State and in the NFL.
Yeah,
So it's like, he could tell you straight up, like, dude, you got to grow up. It's like, you got to have the mentality of being the best. You got to have this brotherhood where it's like, listen, I'm in the room full of the best talent. I'm going to get my opportunity. And when I get my opportunity, I'm not going to miss. I'm going to make the most out of it. And I'm going to keep going until I can't say, until I can't go no more.
That's the problem. Is when he's been given the opportunity this year, he has not shined. I mean, I think Porter has had glimpses where he looked better than him. I mean, next year you're going to have Bryson Rogers, but next year you're going to have JJ back. Then Chris Henry's coming in. Then you're going to have Brandon Ennis back because we all know Ennis isn't going to go to the league. So this year, so I mean, them are probably the three starting. I mean, you got Ennis, Henry and JJ Smith, and maybe Quincy Porter fighting with fighting for ups right there. And my gosh, Mylan, you had a chance if you just got your head out of your butt and taken the opportunity and ran with it. You could have started next year or been the first one out of the rotation, to play. But you know what? Bryson jumped you. Quincy had better flashes than you did this year. So I mean, you did to yourself, my guy. So if you put your head down and you get your head out of your butt, there's still a chance where you could make it. But hey, it's up to you.
It is. It's up to you, buddy. Like, it's all up to you. Like, if you really, really, really want to make the most out of your opportunities, it's up to you. Nobody else.
Well, TG, I'd like to get your take on who would you rather see. I want to hear the people in the chat too. Who would you rather face? Would you rather face A&M or Miami?
Ooh. Let's see. I mean, I don't care which one, but a part of me really wants to face Texas just to beat the SEC so we can get a record against them, our record up, because we're already like 7-12, so we'd be like 8-12 if we beat them, 9-12 if we beat Georgia. So that's be my biggest reason. But then Miami just to shut up their fans once and for all.
I mean, I'm the same way you are. I don't care. I mean, I honestly would like to beat A&M because we have a great record against A&M, but that is the past. But I would like to be another SEC team just because I get tired of hearing them run their mouth. But it would be kind of fun after Florida's fans have been crying for all these years that they got screwed over by the refs in that national championship game. It'd be nice to kind of put it to them and beat them again and, knock them out of the playoffs and kind of maybe break them for another decade and a half.
Not to mention both these teams have like their strengths and weaknesses against Ohio State. Like, their weaknesses, Ohio State can take advantage of. Even their strengths can be weaknesses against them, actually, which is what's super funny. Right. So it's like, it's a pick 'em. Because, like, with Texas A&M, like, for instance, I've been sitting here taking notes while I've been at it. And I have been studying up on their team, which is, like, for instance, Texas A&M's strength of their offense is the run game, whether people know it or not. Now, they may tell you it's the pass game, and they may say, well, Marcellus has great pocket awareness. It's like, no. His pocket awareness is only great when he's able to use his legs and be a dual threat. If you keep him in the pocket, he can't do anything. He can't. Like, you just have to keep him in the pocket, period. Like, that's it. Just keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get out. Because the second you let him use his dual threat ability to get out and make some runs happen, that's when. For Ohio State, that's real simple. And then, like, for Miami, I mean, Carson Beck, does he really scare you?
No. The only thing that they might have an edge on us in any matchup would be their defensive line is really tough. They got a great defensive line, and they're now some of them are big, but they're very athletic. So they might cause some fits on the line matchup. But honestly, though,
that's kind of funny because Texas A&M's offensive line is a big weakness for them, actually.
Because we know Carson Beck is a turnover machine. Once he starts turning the ball over, he just doesn't usually throw one interception in a game.
He throws like 3 or 4 or 5. Like, he's that type of, like. And look, I give Miami all the credit they do, and I'm going to try to, if I can, I'm going to keep going to try to see if I can write down all of their all of their strengths and weaknesses, but I will say that both of these teams' strengths are their D lines.
And you know what, guys? I mean, don't get me wrong, Beck can get hot, and we've seen him play good ball at Georgia and help him win a national championship. But he has not been that guy for the last 2 years. So whatever happened to that guy, we don't know. I mean, he can get hot every now and then, and he's a veteran, but still, he just has some moments where he just not one, not two, but like 3 or 4 he throws in a game, and it's just crazy that they come in bunches like that.
Yeah, here's the thing with Carson. Like, I will say that, like, unlike Marcellus Reed, when he gets hot, he can actually hurt you. Like, I'll give him that credit, but it's like at the same time though, he's gonna fluctuate a lot in games. So it's like,
But I mean,
you know,
they did come back against, they were down, what was it, like 28 or 34 points against South Carolina, and they came back and beat them, and that's a
even though
I
I
don't
don't
care.
honestly, they shouldn't have been down. Honestly, it's the same thing with Texas A&M. Like South Carolina, like with Miami, I don't know who played Texas A&M. It was both. Was it both Texas A&M and Miami?
Texas beat A&M. They beat them. Then South Carolina was up on them by 34, and they came back and
Well, that's because
beat them.
South Carolina, like with Texas A&M, for some reason they just took their foot off the gas pedal. Like they actually had it right. They had them beat, but they took their foot off the gas pedal. It was like, what were you doing? You had them.
I thought they won the second one with Beck. Okay, I'm wrong. Sorry, Tyler.
No, they didn't win. Wait, you were talking about the second national title with Beck?
Yeah.
I'm about to say it. I didn't know what you were talking about at first. I was like, oh no,
I thought I won a national. I thought I
no,
won
that
with
was with
the first one.
Stetson Bennett, the same guy that won the first time.
Okay, my bad.
Like, hey, it's no problem, man. It happens, but it's like the thing is with these two teams, it's like I don't care which one. I think Ohio State has an advantage on both of them where they can take advantage of their weaknesses. Because again, Ohio State's offense is capable against both their defenses because both their defenses' weaknesses actually happen to be the secondary.
Now,
Believe it or not.
Eric asked a question. Do we think our offensive line, as our old line, a concern? We did give up 5 sacks to Indy, and you know what? I'm going to be honest with you. I thought our offensive line was going to be a strength this year, and it just hasn't been. I mean, they've looked better. I mean, usually the pass game usually didn't bother me, but Indiana's.
This is the one game. This is the one game where it's like their pass defense, their passing blocking did not look great. Well, I will say this: like I said, only 3 of our offensive linemen only got beat like once, and Philip Daniels got beat twice. But like, where the real issue of our offensive line was the right guard,
and he's gone.
Yeah, so it's like it's up to see who's going to replace him. Is it going to be Ethan Oniala, who we have seen play guard, and he's actually been pretty good, or is it going to be Gabe Van Sickle? So it's like
they've also mentioned Padilla too. Could be a
and then could Padilla slide in as center, and then you have Carson sliding off at right guard, which would make a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, then they talked about it earlier this year about moving Daniels to guard and moving Ian Moore to tackle because Moore did start a game or maybe even 2 at tackle. They talked about doing that because Ian Moore did look really good at right tackle when he did play. Van Sickle has shined when he's been in. They talked about maybe even moving Padilla out to right guard, but he got injured, so I don't know if he's fully healthy or not. Or they could move him to center, move Carson to guard, but I think they're keeping Carson at center. What I heard is either Van Sickle or Padilla, or who's the last guy? Padilla, Van Sickle, or that'd be it, right? Who's the other guard? Who's the other guard? Brain fart.
Who are you looking for? Who you say?
Right guard. Who's the right guard? It's either going to be Van Sickle, Padilla, or who's the
Ethan Oniala.
Ethan. Yeah, that's right.
And again, they've had him in there, and they actually have shown like he's really good at guard as he is a tackle. Like they've had to play guard and tackle. He's actually really good at that.
And you know what? We did. I mean, I've also brought this up, Don, because I've asked that question myself. If the new offensive line coach, if the new scheme has been a problem with them this year, because one thing about Justin Fry, and all of us got on Justin Fry about being a horrible recruiter, which he wasn't the best recruiter out of high school, but he did develop. and he did get those guys at the end of the year
Yeah.
last year.
What do you guys think I was
Playing.
saying beforehand? Like I told all y'all, apologize to Justin Fry because I said it before. I don't care if he's the best offensive line recruiter in the nation. Like, brother, I don't care. Just develop players. And as long as you're developing them, I got no beef with you. I don't care if they're 3 stars. Guys, we are 3 people call us 3-star U because we put more 3 stars in the NFL at every position than any other team. The only other team that matches up with us is Bama.
I mean, we've put more 3 stars in the NFL than anybody. So, I mean.
So, like, that's it. And Bama's the second team to do that. So, like, it's like the reality is, guys, I don't care that if he's not getting 5 stars. I always hated that about our It's like, why do you care about getting these 5-star offensive linemen? We've seen 90% of 5-star offensive linemen bust out in college football, bust out in the NFL. You got more 3 stars getting drafted over these 5 stars and even over the 4 stars. So, like, here's what I don't care about. Get me guys who can play tough. Get me guys that you know that can play. Get me guys that we know we can develop. As I said before, I will take a guy that can develop offensive linemen over just recruiting them. If you had to give me one or the other, I mean, let's be real. I'd love to have both.
Yeah.
But we're not always going to get both. We're not going to get guys like a Brian Hartline that can recruit the best of the best and develop them while also being able to recruit the lower tier guys and develop them. We're not going to get that all the time. We are going to most likely be able to get one or the other. And if I had to pick, I'm taking the guy that can develop offensive line 100% above anything else. Because guess what? If you could develop offensive line, you're going to get 5 stars wanting to come because then guess what? They're going to want to get developed. Why do you think Larry Johnson is so good? I mean, yeah, right now we're not getting 5 stars like we used to, but guess what? He's still developing. He's still, and guess what? He's been doing that all his career. He's been coaching high school football for 20 years. He's been coaching at Penn State for 14, and he's at 12 years with Ohio State now. 12 years. And look how many dudes he's been putting in the league throughout all them years. So it's like, and a lot of these guys were 3 stars, for God's sakes.
Hey, Don, I agree with you. I've been screaming for this since Sam Pittman had been fired, for him to come to Ohio State, for Ryan Day to go get him. Because I know everybody loves Tyler Bowen, but this year I don't know if it's a scheme or what's going on. Our run game, of course, we did lose two great running backs. Let's not, forget about that. But there's no reason why our offensive line our run game has been so subpar compared to what it was. Now, Bo has covered some of that up, being as great as he's been this year as a freshman. But that offensive line, the run game, I mean, we got no push against Indy. Very little. And they played a really good game against us. So, and what do we always say about our offensive line? Where does it struggle the most? Against them smaller, athletic guys that shoot the gaps. And that's what they did to us. So.
And look, we've seen them be able to, bounce back. Like I said, in this game, we did see Ohio State, because in the Wisconsin game, they didn't get beat as much. And then it's like they got beat sometimes, but they didn't get beat as much. Like they managed to handle them. And even in this game, like I talked about it, you did not see Luke Montgomery get beat a lot. You did not see Austin Saraville really get beat a lot. You didn't see that with Carson. They got beat once. We didn't see it. Only happened twice with Phillip. It mostly happened at right guard with Tegra, where he kept getting beat. So it's like, and again, when we put in Gabe Van Sickle, it's like we were able to handle those guys much better. So it's like, in my opinion, I think for Ohio State, we can handle the athletic guys are going to give us a little bit of problems, but they're not going to completely destroy us as long as we got guys who can handle them. And that's just where the problem had been with Tegra particularly. And look, Tegra had some good games, but it's like, nah, dude, it's like, no, you can't keep doing it. I do love Tyler Bowen for his recruiting. And look, we've seen him be able to develop offensive linemen like Ethan Oniyawa before as well. But it's like at the same time, the one thing I did say about not Ethan Oniyawa, but Olu Fashanu, who's with the Jets. He did develop him. And look, Olu's a great offensive lineman, but I will tell you this right now. One of the things that gave me skepticism about Olu was how he performed against JT and Jack, 2 NFL defensive edge rushers, and what those 2 do to him. So it's like, at the end of the day, I think night, Eric, by the way, and prayers to you and Sarah.
Hope you're feeling better, Sarah.
Yeah, prayers to you, girl. But at the end of the day, it's like We just need our offensive linemen to be developed and be able to handle every form of defensive lineman. Look, we're going to have smaller guys that are going to give us problems. It's going to happen. Just like how we got D linemen who give people problems. They may not be small, but they got that quick athleticism that really could give you problems. Like people who talk about it. We just talked about it with CJ Hicks. Even though he might be not as big as most of the offensive linemen, his quickness can get these guys. Because one of the things that has impressed the defense of line coach about him is he does have the strength to go toe to toe. He doesn't get pushed around on the line. He actually can put guys flat on their back, as he did that to our offensive linemen. And he was doing that early in the season. But it's his ability to shoot the gaps. His ability to shoot the gaps and give these offensive linemen so many problems is what is so valuable. So it's like the fact that we do have that. And not only that, but he's also been on scout team, and the team has relentlessly praised CJ Hicks for helping them regarding that as well. So it's like, when you really think about it for Ohio State, it's like, look, you do have some forms of that on this team in your own right. Now, some of these guys are a little bigger, but you do have some forms of these type of guys. So look, we're going to have our struggles. I believe our offensive line can handle it correctly as long as you got the right guys.
Well, and let's not forget about Brian Hartline helped our offensive line zero with the play calling.
No, not at all.
I mean, you're dropping back 7-step drops, having these long developing pass plays, and leaving Julian back there when you know that these guys are getting pressure. Instead of having 3-step drops, getting the ball out of his hands, they're blitzing their line at you the whole game. You're not throwing any screens over their heads, not slowing them up at all, not running any misdirection, any counter. I mean, he wasn't sending any plays up, so hopefully he's learned his lesson. And I tell you what, if his head isn't into it and his head's down in South Florida, Ryan Day needs to take over the play calling and just tell Brian Hartline, thanks for what you did. We appreciate you, my man, but just stay down in South Florida because that's what's best for the program. And we need to win another natty. So if you're not 100% locked in, play calling and trying to win a natty, your head's down there, you need to stay down there.
No, that was my whole thing. Is like, dude, you need to either you need to do what Lane Kiffin did and you need to stay down in South Florida, or you better do exactly what Tom Herman did when he took the Houston coaching job. Again, it may have been a different era before, the whole, early signing day and everything, but he still did what he was supposed to do, which is he could have left and took the job at that point, but he's like, no, my focus is going to be on Ohio State and winning a natty. I will come to Houston when I do it. And guess what? He did pitch this to Houston. A great recruiting pitch is me staying with my team, winning a national championship, being the first team in college football history to win the 14 playoff. Like, that was it. And not to mention, imagine this too. If Ohio State goes back to back and wins the 12-team playoff, and say they change it next year to like the 14, 16-team playoff, we could be the only team to say we won the 12-team playoff. That is a excellent recruiting type of pitch, especially because now you can say you were the offense coordinator when that happened. So,
hey guys, we're getting ready to wrap this up. If anybody has a question they want to ask, go ahead and shoot quick. If there's anything you guys want to bring up quick before we get out of here.
Yeah, sorry guys about the interview. Apparently something came up, but it happens.
We've had it done before, and we'll just reschedule it. It's no problem.
Yeah, we'll reschedule it, guys. We promise.
Next week we are going to have a special treat for you guys, though. We are going to have former Ohio State player Joe Brown, who was a defensive tackle for Ohio State, went and played pro ball for Seattle, but then he gave up playing pro football to join the Army after 9/11 happened. And he got injured over in the war, and it ended his playing career. He was never able to come back and play football again, but the guy has done wonderful stuff for his community. We're going to have him on to tell his story next Tuesday. So it should be a really special interview and a special show. It'd be great to hear Joe's story and to have him just tell us, what it was like doing what he did, and thank him for his service.
Oh, yeah. They always thank your veterans, guys, for their service. They are the ones who protected our nation and our civil rights.
And, guys, no matter how bad things get, guys, just remember, we could be Michigan fans. So,
yeah, that's how bad it could get. So, and let's be realistic. Let's be happy we're not at that point.
So, let's be thankful that we got a guy like Ryan Day who not only gives us a program to be proud of on the field, but off the field. And is just a tremendous human being. And we are so lucky to be blessed to have such a great coach and a great man leading our program, and that we get to have a football team that wins, double digit wins every year, and as in contention every year for a playoff or a national title. Not many people can say that.
Oh yeah, no one. Not. I mean, let's be realistic. You ain't got that many teams that can say that they have 3 head coaches in the same century that won 3 separate national titles in 3 different head coaching changes. Like not many
Exactly.
not really anybody can say that, to be honest. Not anybody even has 2. That's what's
And
crazy.
Andre, me and Green, man, we love you, bro. Jim, Don, Mika, our brother Vader, our brother Tyler, Eric and
Jim,
Chris,
Lacey, Corey,
Lacey,
Eric, Chris, all them guys.
everybody that supports this channel. If you guys haven't, please go to Patreon. Such a great platform that we're on too. And thank you for supporting all our shows. I mean, we really appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't be able to do this. And make sure you guys turn in Thursday at 8 o'clock to watch my partner in crime here, Miss TG, and Sister Mika tear it up, because the Buckeye ladies are 2 beautiful, intelligent ladies talking football. No other channel has that, where there's not one, but 2 smart, beautiful ladies talking football that know their stuff just as well as men does. So,
And you will be hearing myself and Mika talk about, obviously, we already talked about the Michigan stuff that happened, but we can talk, if any more details come out, we can talk about a little bit about that. You will get some recruiting news. We will also be doing the playoff bracket and, kind of pretty much talking about, like, obviously Texas A&M, Miami, who could be the better matchup. We'll be giving our opinions, full analysis on that as well. And you'll even get to hear a little bit more, whatever else we come up with for the show.
hey, God bless you guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and guys, thank you for watching all our videos. I mean, we've been kicking butt the last couple months. Our subscribers have gone up, our views have gone up. I feel the product on this channel has been just getting better and getting better, man. It's just so much fun to be part of this channel with so many great people that just let me and TG be ourselves and run the lounge the way we want to run it. I mean, can't think of anybody better to work for or to work with.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be anywhere else in here. So we have
Me
the
either.
best
And
fans.
not only that, but if you guys want to help us out, go down to the link down below in the description, and go to the the merch store so you can buy some of our merches, brother. Y'all gonna love it. I promise you. It's been fire.
Everybody, thanks again. Everybody have a great night. God bless you all. And like we always say, TG,
OH.
I-O.
Go Bucks, and scum still sucks.
Peace.
Night, everybody.